Today's conversation will be us recalling a memory.
It's not really a dream, but it's like I've told this to some of my friends here, and they said that it's pretty weird. When I'm dreaming, I always know that I'm dreaming.
Lucid dream.
Yeah, that's lucid dream.
But like being there in the dream, I know that I'm currently dreaming, but I'm just letting the dream happen, And I still feel the sadness or like the happiness. Tapi kayak, jadi misalnya my dreams dulu itu I would go in a park, and then the park would be very crowded with kids. Tapi I couldn't really see their faces. I could just hear their sound, kayak they would play around gitu. And then in the dreams, after I was playing, aku tuh nyari a bathroom. And the bathroom is like in a building lah. So I entered the building. And then pokoknya some horror shit happened in the building. And when I was out from the building, itu tiba-tiba all their faces itu hilang. It's
Like Slenderman?
iya, kayak black. Tapi their body is like human body. It's like kayak anak kecil yang lari-lari. Tapi as I grow, the faces itu progresses kayak ada mukanya gitu. Tapi it's still the same dream. I'm still walking the same path gitu. Tapi it's just that mukanya tambah jelas gitu.
Oh my god, is that your future?
Let's talk about our first memory of being aware of, like, just our first memory ever. Like, what did y'all see?
It's actually quite difficult. First memory ever. Thing is, like, it's all jumbled up in my head. I guess because I was in Korea first, this one is probably... I remember I was with my sister and with Jinhyuk. I don't remember what we were doing, but all I remember is the color of the windshield, like window. We were in my house and we were in the living room, and there was a sofa that was pushed towards like the window. The windows, like these tall windows that are just like you can slide them open and then go into the balcony. I think the sofa was like a beige, but a very light beige. What I remember is not the sofa, but like the tint of the window, and like that tint kind of like made the sunlight inside the living room all sort of that tint. I think it was like this light turquoise, almost like cyan, but it was in between green and cyan. Yeah, I think that's my first memory. All I remember is that we were just like running around behind the sofa, on top of the sofa. And then the first memory that I have in America was drawing in the living room of the house. So after you enter the front door, if you turn left, it's directly living room. And there was a furnace. The floor was all this wool, like this light, very light brown, almost white wool, like yellowish white wool on the floor. And I just remember using these markers to draw like dinosaurs from memory. I had like a huge stack of A4 papers, and I just kept on drawing dinosaurs with the markers, and I wasn't drawing on like a table or something. I was drawing on that wool floor, like the carpet. So like the lines were all wobbly. The marker, like, I don't know, maybe it helped me get better at like understanding how much pressure to put on the paper when drawing. Not sure.
Under the influence, and then like I was under the influence out of nowhere. I was with my friends in a room, in one of my friends' room in uni, and then we were just like chilling and everything, and I started seeing like the walls just like wall outlines making waves, and I'm starting like, oh my god, it's hitting like crazy, and then like next thing you know it, like everything's like shaking, the ground's like wobbly, the room's like stretched out, like something that's like in a range of 2 meters became like 20, like everything's just stretched out. And the next thing you know it, I was like peaking at that time. And then I don't know, it kind of plays with the perception of reality. When I was under the influence, I was looking out at the sky and it just looked different. It was like wavy and everything just became 2-dimensional. It was like I was looking at myself in third person view, so I didn't really know like what state I was in. Next thing you know it, I was back like after a couple of hours because it died down. But it was crazy. It was like the flowers just had patterns. Like it was like a rendering, but in real life.
Rendering in real life.
I was seeing things that are in front of me, but at the same time, it also wasn't. I didn't know like the human brain could do. It's like you think you're using your brain at like a full capacity right now, but no. Like we went outside and we saw this tree, like the branches are like waving and shit like that, like a medieval tree. When it dies down, you're still at the hallucination stage, right? But it's slowly going down, and then when it goes down, you don't feel it as much anymore. But you saw what you saw, so it makes you question like, holy shit, was that real? Wait, is any of this real then?